Well, that we got a great, rich history.
Mhm.
That there's a lot to be proud of as a Philadelphia sports fan, specific players and specific teams, and by extension, organizations. Um, Look, there's a lot on the negative side also through the years. I didn't
Sure.
feature that. I referenced it from time to time. I think it's important to, I'll give you, for instance, when the Phillies won the World Series in 1980,
Right.
it was their 98th year of existence. And it
Hmm.
was the first time the Phillies had ever won the World Series.
Right.
So I think it would be silly if I had written that chapter without referencing that. That's part of what made it such a big deal that the
Hmm.
Phillies finally won. So, of course, you got to write in that chapter that reality. So, by extension, there's a negative in there. But the book is, 99% positive. I mean, the book is about our greats, Reggie White and Bobby Clark and, Donovan McNabb and Brian Dawkins and Saquon Barkley and, all these incredible figures we've had in teams, the 70 Flyers. I mean, not all the teams that won, of course, because, we don't have that many teams that have won it all. But we've got teams like the '01 Sixers and the '93 Phillies
Right.
and the '87 Flyers and the 2022 Phillies who got to the World Series. I mean, we've got teams to be proud of, even if they didn't win it all. And so I would just say what stood out to me, both with the intent behind it and what I think we executed, was to, you know, show Philadelphia sports fans that there's a lot to be proud of and there's a lot to celebrate. And maybe more than anything for the younger audience to sort of I don't like to use the word educate because I think it almost sounds like a kid's back in a classroom. I don't want to put a kid in the classroom. That's not my
Right.
purpose.
Right.
To entertain the younger folks with stuff that, Pete, for instance, you and I were entertained by, or our grandparents were entertained by. And so just
Hmm.
to just say, hey, this is our history and it's a great history and it was really cool. And even if you weren't alive during 90% of this, you too now can enjoy it. That was kind of the idea.